Once we've got his focus, we can start working on all the commands that he knows. So I would prioritize, stick with simple commands at first. We'll do sits, we'll do downs, and we'll do some calm and some healing. And so all that's going to look like is I'm going to try the verbal first and get him to respond to just the verbal. If he gets stuck or he's confused, then I'll help him out with a hand signal. Sit. Good. Down. Good. Come. Good. Stay. Heel. Yes. So a couple other things to note there. When I ask him to do something, the stay is implied. If I ask him to sit or down or etc., I want him to continue doing that behavior until he's released. Sit. Yes. He can get up if I tell him yes, he's going to get up to a treat. He can also get up if I tell him sit. Break. That just means he's done. When I'm rewarding him for staying, sit. Good. I'll tell him, good. And he'll get a treat, but he can't get up. Break. He tends to down on the sits. I don't mind that so much. He's, stationary, that's nice. But if you want to get him a little bit sharper about that, just get him up whenever he lays down, when he's supposed to sit, and get him back into a sit. You can also use the leash, which we'll go over in another exercise. Break. Now I mentioned that if he's stuck or he's confused or there's a lot of distractions, you may need a hand signal. For sit, the hand signal would just be your hand going up like this. Good. For down, it would just be a quick motion downward and then back up. You don't want to hang out down low when you ask for a down because he's going to think you're trying to get attention from him and he'll come up in your face. Good. For come, I just use my body movement. So come, I back up. Now something to note with come is I want him to sit down in front of me when he comes. Yes. But like we talked about, if I ask him to sit, then he should stay because the stay is implied. Well, when I ask him to come, I don't really need him staying in a sit. I just want him stationary in front of me for as long as I'm standing still. If I start to move backward again, he can come and follow me. I don't need him staying there. So I'm not going to ask him for a sit after he comes to me. I might lure him up with a hand signal, or I can give him the chance to make that choice on his own. Master, come. Good. See, like that. And now if I start moving again, good. I want him to follow me. Good. Until released with yes. Something to note, your use of yes or break will depend on kind of his attitude. If he's getting really bored, it's pretty normal for a puppy after working for a little while. They get kind of sick of it. We could use a lot of yeses to get him a little bit more enthusiastic and with us. But there's also times where I want him to understand he can do a behavior and he doesn't have to get rewarded for it. It doesn't mean he was wrong, he just did it, now he's done. So for free calls, for come, I generally use yes. I might even do a lot of goods while he's coming to me because I want a lot of enthusiasm for that command. For downs, for sits, I don't necessarily want him to be really enthusiastic and ready to burst up again. So when I'm doing those, I might do some more break and just really calm, slow, easy getting him up. And then maybe every 5, 6, 7 repetitions or 2 or randomly sometimes 3 in a row, I'll do a yes to keep him uncertain about when the reward's going to come and willing to continue to work in order to earn that random reward. The other thing that we can work on is his healing. He's better about that outside, but we can practice little stunts of it in here. And so all I want is for him to be next to me. You'll probably need to lure him into this at first, or you can just get by his side. And I'm going to ask him, heel, and he should walk at my side. Good. I'm looking for his shoulders, his ears to be about even with my leg when we're walking in heel. Good. You don't need to practice this a lot inside, you'll be practicing it on your walks, but it's good to sharpen up his healing skills by asking for it like you ask for any other command. Heel. Now when we practice this, I'll be wanting to do lots of turning, because the idea is that he's watching where I'm going and he's moving with me. Good. So I'll want to do lots of turns to make sure he's following me with the leash very loose. Good. And same as with recalls, when I stop, I do like him to be stationary and sitting until I start moving again. Good. Break. And those will be the main commands you practice during the day with him. I would do 5-10 minute sessions, have treats around the house or just in your pockets, and every so often just ask him for a couple repetitions of his name, and then start working on these commands. Do 5-10 repetitions of each, and then finish up your session. Good boy.